Hey everybody. It's Monday, so it's that time again. A little bit of mental help. I hope you had a good week. We got a little bit of oh, goodness. Kids bring back the craziest things from school. But as the title presents, today we're going to be talking about loneliness. And it's something that's a little close to my heart because it's probably one of the biggest things I face on a daily basis. And it's a little hard to talk about because I have amazing people in my life. Like I have my wife loves me like you write books about. I got my children that I couldn't possibly fathom the words to express the love I feel for my kids. You know what I mean? But they can't be my everything. You know? Your wife and your kids, they're the icing on the cake. This is something my wife told me when we first got together. She was like, "You are not the cake, you are the icing. My life is the cake. I have a great life. I love my life. I can eat cake like this all day, no problem." You know what I mean? Because like back where we come from, we had a real community. We had a lot of people around us, and yeah. So she was like, "So if you want to be the icing, that is to say, to make my cake better, that's fine, but don't make the mistake of thinking that you're my cake." You know, obviously that was at the beginning of our relationship. Now we are deeply embedded in each other's batter, and we are the cake together. And yeah, and the kids, that's the cake. Like, but I think I'm starting to realize that there's no icing, and that's not to say it's a bad thing. You know what I mean? But it does leave you with an incomplete feeling. You know what I mean? Everybody can just eat cake. That's not a bad thing at all. But cake with icing, or icing that you like, I should say, because I don't like that. That what the fuck is that? Like sugar cream, super thick. Ugh, not for me. Not for me. But you got to figure out what kind of icing you want on your life. And I think a lot of people are so used to other people either putting on the icing or being the icing or facilitating some level of icing to their lives that it just doesn't compute sometimes. It doesn't add up right. So when they're left to do it on their own, much like me in my case, I shit the fuck out. My wife is amazing. She has friends, she has patience, she has some semblance of a circle. I wouldn't say community. That's a different thing. She has some that I would qualify as community. Yeah, I'm not doing none of that nastiness today. I'm a good girl. I am. To quote Audrey Hepburn. But aw, what that cake do? That cake goes uniced at the moment, and it's not for lack of trying. And there's pieces. It's a splatter. It's like a Jackson Pollock of icing. Some of it's there, some of it's over here, some of it's here. It doesn't quite cover the whole cake, and it makes those pieces where the icing isn't somehow seem devoid, or I don't. I almost want to use the word ravenous in the way that quicksand is ravenous. Like the more you fight, the more it sucks you under. Kind of feel because that's what it is. These highlight moments. Like I'll speak for myself and say like when I play games with friends, that shit is that's me polishing up my spoons for the next day to keep these kids alive. Like that's me recharging my battery. That's me getting back like little pieces of the person I like to be. That is extremely hard for me to do in a place where I don't know anybody and has a distinct reddish tint to the area. But it's not a matter of, it's just, I don't know what it is. Like, I had to swing back to the first thing where I said part of it is that I'm a coward now. Like, the way actions are perceived now versus when I was able to actually, like, go out and do things is so fucking different. It's, like, astronomically different that I feel being who I am, my truest self, this outlandish, gregarious, whimsical giant is frowned upon, looked at like some semblance of the past that isn't as appreciated in person. And to be fair, I'm my own worst enemy with this shit. Like, like my buddy Red can tell you, I don't go a week without telling him how all of my other friends hate me because of this, like, small, minuscule thing that the chances are they didn't even fucking notice happened, and now all my friends hate me. And he's like, I think you just got the bad brains on this. And I'm like, I don't know, man, I'm pretty fucking sure. And he's like, let's pump some brakes and give it time. And I'm like, yeah. Oh, let me say this, because this is the part of the Sabitrod in the chat has responded with, I was listening to a talk on golly gee willikers, Batman. Let me switch it to multi-stream. Shit, I gotta read that and then switch it to multi-stream. 1 second. I was listening to a talk on loneliness. They were talking about the concept that people can be fully surrounded and that's actually going to be my next topic, is this loneliness didn't invent itself. You know what I mean? Like, this loneliness isn't fucking new. Even when I had a circle, I felt so profoundly alone. Like, oh, this is gonna suck. Like, I miss them to death, and rest in peace, man. But towards the end of, before I started, before I got with my now wife, and like I was in school, I was in college, I was getting my book learning, like, my best friends in the world, I just couldn't feel not lonely around them. And these were dudes that, they helped me to fuck up. Like, honestly, Alex is my best friend. Like, I lived with him for like a decade. Like, he kept me from being homeless. And we just ended up taking such different fucking paths. And I was lucky enough to have Beth, because I'd have been right there with him. I miss you, Alex. I'm sorry I left. But being around him in the last days I was there, being around Pete, being around Joe, being around like fucking a half dozen other friends, it felt so hollow. It felt like a log drum. Yeah, I think that's the way to put it. Like a log drum. So incredible. Like, it sounds fun. And it looks like it should be a blast. A bunch of people. You know what I mean? Sounds fucking awesome. But, like, inside that log drum is hollow. And while on the outside it looks like everybody's having fun with it and around it, it's just reflecting that back. It's not bringing its own thing. And that's what I became for a while. And that's what it was like when I started hanging out with them. So when I moved, actually at that time I had a lot of fucking options. That was when I was in school. I just started leaning towards more intelligentsia and a different group of people who I, of course, now no longer talk to still. I think The fucked up thing is the best friends I've made are the friends I've made on the internet. They're the longest lasting because the means of communication remain relatively unchanged through however 40 times I've moved. You know what I mean? 10 years ago, I would have answered yes to that, Sabi. But, like, with the introspection I have now, like, call it what it is, the alcoholic clarity, like, because I don't drink anymore and I can see my behavior for what it was, like, no. Like, they got it in bits and pieces and they didn't like it then, and that's why I drank so much. Like, that's the truth of it. Like, I'm a weird fucking dude. In person, I act like I should be the size of my friend Sammy. Like, she's like this tall. She is a tiny individual, very pixie like, and I act like I should be that big. I'm basically the most giant dog that thinks it's a lap dog. Like, in real life. I just want to have fun, and like, but my kind of fun is a little ruckus, and I'm a little bigger than fucking everybody. Well, not everybody, just a lot of people. You know what I mean? I'm 6'2", 250 at my lowest. Like, I'm a big person. I do. I do. Because if I were to write my book right now, it would be The Life of a Coward. Like, I used alcohol to hide from everything, which is not the same way I use weed, which is a different thing, but like, I used alcohol to hide from everything, to change myself into a way that I thought people, I could trick myself into believing people wanted to see, as opposed to being who I was and letting the people come to me. Like, yeah, it is what it is. I can't go back and not unalcoholic myself. I would have to go back to before I was born. So there's that. Honestly, when I think about it, sometimes I'm lucky to come out the way I did. Like fetal alcohol syndrome. I was born like addicted to crack and meth, and like I'm pretty sure some cocaine was up in there. Like all the homes and I should have people's jars and heads, and like they find 6 heads and they're like, let's look at the backs. Yeah, you can have 6. 6 is fine. 6 is like he earned his 6 heads in jars. Now don't let us find the rest of those bodies, you rapscallion. But like that's Beth says that shit to me whenever I'd like open up. She's like, you deserve to have heads in jars. Like it's crazy. And I just thank God for jokes. Thank God for humor. And the fact that evidently deep down in my heart, and I can tell this with my boys when I see it, I'm a good person. I'm just an asshole. Like those aren't mutually exclusive. Um, that's a good question. What do I wish people saw in me? Man, that's a tough one. Cause like one answer to that. What's one thing? Ugh, that's a bitch move for the spectrum of emotions that exist in that topic. Obviously, please keep it up. I appreciate all the questions and helping me get things to talk about. Oh man, all right, now I gotta think and talk about something without saying the things, because then it's like a moot point to say the one thing. You know, I keep coming back to I guess strength, But I don't mean it in the way that I again would have meant it 15, 10 years ago. Like 15 to 10 years ago I would have been the blade, but now like I want to be the fortress, if that makes sense. Strength is protection, not offense. And my kids have really like instilled that in me in ways I never knew that I could ever possibly even feel. You know, if you ever want to jump in these, I'll do one with a fucking. We can set one up and we can zoom it out and we can chat, because that's what these are gonna evolve into anyway. But where was that one thing? I don't. Maybe rely? No, because I'm not reliable and I know that. Like, I'm a come through when shit is crazy kind of guy, but I am, like, not a routinely every day you can count on me like clockwork kind of. I'm too whimsical for that. Too flighty. Let me grab my coffee while I think about this. I don't. God damn. I don't know, bitch. What's one thing you see in me that you wish you could see more of? Bam! Hop behind that. Yeah! Woo! Uno reverse. Ha-cha-cha. Yeah, no, that's classic avoidance, by the way. Just I'm gonna own that. I'm gonna own that. Conf- Why you have that loaded? That's fucked up. See, you know what? I'm gonna say it. Confidence is a hard one for me because whenever I start to feel myself, and I'm not talking about you, it just feels like the world is like, whoa there, buddy. Who said you get to be happy? Like, who said you get to like, yeah, get that fucking get that pep out of your step? What are you doing? Which sucks because I am a genuinely confident person, but I feel like people hate me when I'm confident. And that evolved into extremely antisocial ways of dealing with it. And I can promise you, when you genuinely do not care about the others around you because you've written them off because you think they hate you just because you showed up, people don't like you real fast. People, yeah. And granted, I was a fucking lush. I was absolute worst kind of alcoholic you could hope for. Mean, vindictive, using others to like make myself feel better. Like it's not. I'm not. And here's this brings me to a thing too, because I was bad to everyone around me, and now I wonder why no one's around me. No, the fuck I don't. I have at least the inward accountability to be like, yeah, no, I was a damaged asshole. And if there's one thing damaged assholes do, is get shit on everything. So, like, maybe people don't want to be around a damaged asshole and all that shittiness. Or maybe they think, man, that asshole was so damaged, I don't even want to get near that shit. You know what I mean? And that's fucking okay, too. You have your lived experiences to protect you for a reason. And God help me, I was one of those things that people need protection from. Like, fuck, that hurts to say. But I was not a good person. I was barely even, like, I don't know, I was barely even anything. I was just surviving 1 minute to the next, and that doesn't give you much time. And my confidence that I got came from the fact that I could be physically imposing. And most people would be like, you know what? This juice is not worth the squeeze. And that was that. Yes, I definitely like. I think any kid who grew up in the foster homes and institution has that not belonging thing because you're just foop 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 5 card Monty'd around 37 different fucking places. So it's easy to see why you wrote people off, yeah. Because if you fuck them up first, which I'm good at, and give them a reason to hate you, super good at, you don't have to feel the wound of being yourself and hated. Yes, 100%, very aptly put. Like, I would rather people hate my asshole than hate my heart. You know what I mean? Like, if we're going with the metaphor, we're going with the metaphor here. But I would much rather, like, people, like, oh my God. And at the time, I was like, if they can't love my heart, they can love my downstairs parts. And I can't, it almost shames me to admit that, like, towards the end of my carousing time, I felt so hollow while fucking. Like, getting the thing that I was trying to get and having fun doing it. But again, back to that log drum, or it's really any drum. I don't know why I said log, but you know what I mean. Just back to that hollow expression of joy, that lacking experience of feeling. And it got to the point, like, I don't even want to say like I like didn't like women or anything like that. It just got to the point where I was like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Like, it's so fucking weird to work to get the thing you want. To strive, to scratch and scrimp and do everything you can to get the thing and then, like, hate it. And it's not like revenge where it's at the cost of someone else. It's only your work. And, like, I know that my work ethic was damaged by a lot of early experiences of doing a shit ton of work. Like, I'm talking, like, fucking landscaping type shit and not getting paid for it repeatedly. And it just damaged my work versus reward. Like, if you do it so young, it puts a permanent little fucking synapse that is like, fight the power, fuck this shit. And I'll tell you, I listen to that bitch. I'm not good at working for other people. When I had my own business, when I was doing my own PR stuff, it was easy because it was me. But that was, again, when I had people around me. The place I am now, all my friends are on the internety talkity box. You know what I mean? They're fucking my best friend's in Texas. Another one of my best friends is I'm gonna word this different. My brother is in Texas. My best friends are scattered on the fucking planet, from Boston to Minnesota to Spain, England, France, fucking Australia, New Zealand. But like, here, nothing. Here, where I am, nothing. And I'm like, I must be, and it comes into me being like feeling so physically repulsive that people don't want to be my friend, which figures into a lot of my like insecurities and stuff like that, you know, because we're all human. We all got them. Like, I've never been a perfect being. I don't know about you. But loneliness, what am I going to do? And that only feeds into a fucking circle, by the way. Like, now that people don't see me, I have, woo, boy, have I stopped taking care of me. Like, in really real ways. Like, them depression, non-shower days, weeks. Like, I know it's not great, and I try to get in there, but then I'm just like, I could just sit here and not. And then I don't. And it fucking sucks. Because you always feel better after a good hot shower, scrape off, like, they get the washcloth and all the nooks and crannies. You know what I'm talking about? Like, real fucking good clean. I genuinely, but it's like my body knows. It's like my body's like, we don't want to help ourselves. Ooh, we got a new question. Why don't you think you're worth caring for and showing up? Oh, because that's easy. No one cared for me or showed up for a very long time in my life, very formative years. So, fuck, that's the reason I did 95% of my college stuff, and I was literally like, and this is actually, I have never said this out loud. I don't think even to Beth, and she might fucking lose her mind at me. But part of the reason, like, I had to stop school, like when I was in college, I was helping because I was doing event planning, I was doing coordination, I was working in administrative office. Like, I was living my fucking best life when I was in school. I can admit that. Like, and to quote mindless self indulgence, bitches love me because they know that I can rock, and bitches love me because they know that I can rhyme. And college was like the time for that, Jack. And then I helped set up the graduation for the year before, like for yeah, the year before us is graduating. And I sat there and I watched everybody clap for all those people, and I knew in the bottom of my heart of hearts, when my name would be called, there would be 3 claps, if that. And I'm not gonna lie to say I was at such a peak in my life that rapid of a low took my knees out, put me on the back end of fucking everything. It took my knees out from under me. Yes, yes, I will definitely be slaying some Spire later with my brother in Texas. I will. That's my sister Wong for everybody who is or isn't here. I gotta scroll up one moment now. Ugh. 1 second, let me. I gotta scroll up here. Someone. Oh, all right. Nice. That's awesome. I will definitely. That's the thing. And part of it is because, and uh, I think, and this is part of my own therapy that I do, but it comes down to an insecurity I've always had that pulled me into it, and I'm trying to like get better about it. I really am. But I've always been really touchy about hygiene because I never had like a dad around or a solid adult person to even talk to about stuff like that. And as someone who's met my grandma, you know that's not, she ain't the one. She is not the love of the death, not the one, not the one. Um, so essentially that's that quicksand thing I talk about, that ravenous feeling that wants to feed on itself, and that the two things just locked in with each other, and it becomes so hard. And now I can't just be self-focused. I can't just be, because trust me, if I go into like self-focus mode, that's all there is to it. Like, I, I've done that for years. Like Alex had to essentially just fucking guardrails me, like like to keep me like moving. Like, it, bless his fucking heart. Sometimes I wonder if I should have. Don't. That's a different conversation. Let's. So it's, yeah, it's not a matter of choosing the latter. I'm being accountable and understanding the behavior is a large part of changing it, and I'm working on doing that. But like, it's just hard. It is just harder because I have so many insecurities about like hygiene, and now that I'm like fatter than I've ever been in my life, I'm like mad at the shower. Like, why I gotta be all naked and stuff? I gotta like slather myself all. Ugh. It's like a beached walrus. But yeah, so there's that. Like, there's a lot of self hate. There's a lot of self hate. I have. Hate has been my core function. It's my umbrella emotion that's kept me safe in my life. It kept most people away, and if they tried, I would just get violent. Um, I think honestly, the only person in my life that's ever gotten to see like the real nerdy, dumb fuck, stupid me is my brother in Texas. Like, we would, like, as fucked up as this would sound, I would literally have to go collect money from people with a hammer and then go play Legos with Eric. With my brother. Like, I would have the I don't know how else to like explain it other than that. Like, he to all the credit in the world, like, he has gotten to see the realest me, the dumbest, angriest, stupidest versions of myself, and as like, for whatever reason, we still got each other. Oh yeah, my kids are well taken care of because I hate myself. Like, as funny as that is, as fucked as it may be, my kids are well taken care of because I don't take care of myself. Like, uh, and I know it's me and Beth both, and we feed into that. Like, we could take 10 minutes and like grab a little shower together, get all clean and sparkly. But like, we're like, I'm just gonna. You want to sit here and just oh yeah, we're gonna do nothing. This is wonderful. Yeah, that's right. Not even you. All right. No, because I deflect through humor, and at least right now, and I'm trying to work on better phrasings for myself. The deprecation comes off as funny, not as, and that's only because of their slow social thing. So if they were more neurotypical, I would say probably that would be a big concern. That would be a big concern. But I don't let them see me hate myself like that, and it's so internalized that my hope is that, like, again, that log drum, the outside is so fun, they don't really think about like how hollow that, like, the instrument is, I guess is the way to put it. And I think part of the reason I feel such profound loneliness now is because I do have someone like an Eric who I can just be around, and don't get me wrong, I got a Beth and I got kids, and they are absolutely amazing. But again, that's the cake, and we're talking about the icing. Um, I don't know. I don't know if they're there yet. I know Killian is like eager to have a bath still, so he's not there. Oh, Kanashin, you know what? That could be a maybe because he doesn't like see me do it, so that could be a thing. That's fair. That is normal, is what you experience, and if he doesn't experience me doing that, he's gonna think that is what to do, and that's fair. But God, when would I do that? The day is so spoken for. And that's another thing that's just like, oh, there's just so much time, and by the time they're asleep, I'm like, I don't even care. I like, I don't even care. I'll be like, is that? Yeah, that's spaghetti. Yes, they will watch before they listen. That is a fact, and that's one of the reasons I try to like always. I don't know if super demonstrative, but I'm very demonstrably affectionate with Actually, nowadays with just people that I'm trying to break the old habits of not touching, because like I have to with the kids, and it's the same sensation for me. Like it's not like it makes me feel any better because they're my kids. That's just it's a physiology thing for me, and that fucking sucks. But I don't. I maybe I like go overboard now. I don't know. Now that I'm in my head about it at the moment, but like I'm always telling them I love them, that they're amazing, they're so smart. I'm their biggest hype man all the time. I tell them how great they are. Like I try to. They don't really see me as a sad person or down or anything like because they don't get to see that part. Like what they see is like Papa wrestling or Papa cracking jokes or Papa's got to work. They, when I play D&D, the only way to keep him is Papa's working. Um, it's just there's a lot. There's a lot, and I hope that the worst parts of me don't affect them. But I can tell you that the best parts of them kick the shit out of me. I don't know how. Like I think I've explained it to someone before, but the older they get, like I see myself at various ages that I can remember extreme trauma from, and it's fucking insane that someone would do that to a kid. Like, and like you reflect on that moment, and like the granted me and my kids are very different kids because we had to be, and I think that's a point of pride for me. But yeah. So yeah, I try to not let that loneliness touch them. I try to get them out to play places and stuff where they can play with other kids on a bi-weekly basis. Like they have a sensory place around here that we go to, and they run around with kids and stuff. Like we whatever school thing functions, we try to be on top of those as best we can. Like we make sure our kids don't have the things that we have. I think that is the best thing that me and Beth can do or have done is identify what we lacked and make sure that that isn't a cycle we repeat. Does that mean like perfect parenting? No, it could never mean perfect parenting. Like that's just not how fucking raising humans work. Yep, that's probably true. There's not a lot I can do about it at this point. I'm trying. Um, it's more like I can just deal with this feeling for the sake of others. If we're just being honest and not ashamed of what everything is, then yeah, that's what that is. Like, and I think that's a forgot. Maybe I aggrandize it, but I think that's a forgotten part of life. Everybody, and one of the main reasons for loneliness is everybody wants perfect friendship. If you're not this, this, and this, then we can't possibly be friends. Like, bitch, fuck you. You don't. Friendship ain't pretty. Relationships aren't pretty. Nothing is fucking perfect, and that's why there's such a high goddamn divorce rate. You think the correlation between a high divorce rate and like super high loneliness, we'll say male loneliness, because that's like a fucking hot button issue for some reason. Like bitches ain't lonely. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Like ladies ain't lonely. That's why I gotta pull the real me back sometimes, because I say things like that. I don't mean it disparagingly. It's just how I talk, and yeah. Hey, loner, love to see it, man. I hope you're doing well. I hope if you listen to this, it helps. See, I forced my love language to be food. Like I don't know when or how, but like it definitely. Don't get me wrong. Touch is still there, but like because there's no negativity with cooking, it's just so much easier for me emotionally. But like the universe loves to do, I have children who won't eat anything that I make, that I cook, like that I put passion into, but they will eat boxed macaroni and cheese and bagged chicken nuggies shaped like dinosaurs. So that's nice. No, I mean cooking. No, 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 no. Fuck that acts of service shit. I'm like that's a hard line for me. It is not acts of service. All right, like who no, I am. That's a problem for me. Like it's or maybe you know what? No, I won't discard that. Let me apologize. Let me apologize. Cooking is a service. Yeah, but it okay. So like so is eating pussy. You know what? You might be onto something. And you know what? Maybe I'll leave that at a maybe. Some evidence has presented itself. Some evidence has presented itself. And if we can't adjust based on new evidence presented, what good are we? So I'll stick that. See, I don't know who the fuck is that. Is that who the fuck is? Why is your name so blue? Oh, all right. God damn it! You got the bluest fucking name. I can't read that shit. Yeah. What that mouth do? Let me see. Is you can give me a piece of your paper, and I'd be grateful. And that's true. I like, and I appreciate you showing up. By the way, Loner is one of the people that like started. Like I met during when I used to do One Piece stuff, which I still want to do because it's so fun. But life and just like back and forth over the years. Like great kid. I say kid. I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. I'm just an old man. So like. I like you cooking at my house too. Hello? What the fuck? Oh. Oh, that's right. Oh my god, I was about to fight the fuck out of somebody. I was trajectoring the leap over the couch into a Superman punch. I was like, hey. Oh yeah, because I'm doing this thing on loneliness. And that is my wife who just came home. The irony of coming home during this. But yeah, I was just explaining, not just, but the premise of this is the icing and the cake theorem that you gave me when we first started dating. And now we are firmly each other's, all up in each other's batter. We are the cake. Yeah. But like, loneliness is a lack of icing, is essentially for this, is the way to. Yeah. Why? Okay, I wasn't gonna fight my wife. I was gonna fight who was coming through that door because I didn't know it was gonna be my wife. I thought, honestly, maintenance got real ballsy, and I was gonna be like, "This is the price we pay when we find things out." Okay, you did your part. Now it's my turn. But oh my god, I love barbecues with the kids when we was cooking out and they were at the play thing. That was oh my god, that was honestly little pocket of like that right there. That is a pocket of icing, perfect pocket of icing. It's not just my family. It's my brother's family. We're in a good situation. We're creating okay, probably not memories. The kids are too young, but we're creating memories with each other, like about our family, and just it's one of those pockets of perfect moments that I was talking about that life becomes. Like you are this cake. Like for like me, my wife, my kids, that we are the cake, and like those pockets of amazing times with like at the park or cooking food or eating lumpia. Oh my god, I wish I want several thousand of those. Um, just oh my god, the birthdays, and it's all not. I don't want to say tainted, but it's surrounded by feelings like I should have done more while you were here. We should have gone there. Like it's all so much this and so much that. You know what I mean? But the icing is perfect when you have it, and that is like the whole point of this conversation is to find yourself some icing. Loneliness is it's one of those ravenous things. Oh, and I always appreciate you. That's why I put your words much on. Yeah, honestly, if can you, I'll allow you to link that. Link whatever the new one. Did you already put it up? Because I don't think I have it on this computer. Or else, honestly, that shit would probably be part of my like starting soon intro. Because that shit is fucking fire. Oh, Maurice. No, like, okay, Maurice was an anecdotal joke. There is no Maurice, but now I have to get a stuffed badger puppet named Maurice. Like, not yet. All right, I'll when it does happen. Oh, that's because you're in Twitch and he's in YouTube, Sabi. I have this on going to Twitch and YouTube. Like I do most things. But yeah, he makes bomb ass fucking songs. I'm gonna download it on this computer and show like I'll send it to you or something if I can. It's fucking dope. But shit, where we're icing and cake. Icing and cake. And I think part of the reason the icing and cake metaphor works so well is because you expect icing on cake when cake is delicious on its own. Icing is just like extra nice. You know what I mean? Cake is good. Icing is good. Icing on cake, great. But they are not like ineffably connected. You know what I mean? They are not inexorably one and the same. They are different entities unto themselves. And you need to like treat life like that. You need to have your cake and you need to have your icing. Cake is your base. Like again, I'll say it 1,000 times. My wife, my kids, that's the cake. That is my cake. Right now, we're trying to move into a bigger pan. but that is the cake. And the icing, I play D&D with friends a lot. I play Baldur's. You know what? I'm gonna leave all the stuff with you out of it just because it's different. You know what I mean? You are. So I play Baldur's. I play D&D with friends. Now that I got Slay the Spire for like 5 people, I got a bunch of people to play that with. Just playing games, bullshitting, talking, like planning more D&D stuff. Like working on a Pokemon RPG Pokemon TTRPG coming up soon. We got like I do all these things to try to instill icing, but it's all to use this, I think it's all the filigree that goes around the edges. You know what I mean? But it's not like a sheet of icing. It's not like a coating. So it's all fringe. Like all my friends, like I gotta drive 3 hours to go to officiate a friend's wedding, and that's like the nearest friend I have. You know what I mean? And then I gotta to go to another friend's wedding. I get to go to Spain. Like, I'm not saying I'm not fortunate for some of these things. Like, I would never in my life think of like someone like me going to Spain and like having like just a 5 day Spanish retreat. Very nice. You know what I mean? And but that's what's gonna fucking happen. And it's because of icing. Like that is because of icing. And you kind of want the good parts, the extra parts to spread out more and kind of become like icing a cake and icing. But honestly, so many people nowadays have so little icing but feel entitled to so much of it that they lose track of why they don't have it in the first place. Oh, definitely will. I 100% will. Next time I'm setting up for one of these, I'm 100% using that shit. Shit, yeah. It's a great solid beat. Like, I'll just put that bitch on repeat. That's fucking phenomenal. And you know what? Let me know that PayPal. I can send you like, I don't know. I'm not a rich person. I can give you like $10, and you can say you're a professional producer. You be producing shit for people professionally because you got paid for it, and now you can put that on a resume. All right, you got skills, kid. Don't do that. I think another point to made is you have a. Yeah, pour little cake, soggy bottom. And that is honestly true. If you don't have a solid foundation for a cake, if your cake isn't like risen and isn't healthy and isn't, baked properly and this, that, and the third, if it's just a soggy mess of convoluted batter phases, then that icing is not going to matter. Free for friends? Nah, bitch. No, okay, yes, we're friends. Yes, we're friends. But never fucking do that shit. Okay? This is a lesson I learned when I started my business. Shout out to Kevin Lucian for this shit. I tried giving them free tickets to one of my events, and he was like, why the fuck would I want that? I'm here to support you. Changed my goddamn brain in a sentence. I am here to support you, my friend. Why would I want something for free? This is not about me. This is about you. Fuck out of here. Oh, look at you. Self-care should come first. I used your words against you. Feel good about you? You should. It's solid. And you're not wrong. Like, you're not wrong. And if I didn't take care of myself for so long, I wouldn't have the risen, baked, fluffy, delicious cake that I have now. All right? And, yeah. Is it getting a little dry on the top? Could we use a little apple in a bag treatment? You know what I'm talking about? Get that moisture in there? Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Possibly. Getting a little dry on the cake side. I won't argue that. Maybe a little overcooked. Sometimes, depending on the day. But that holy shit!
I'm so sorry. I thought my phone was on silent.
What? 1 second. I love you very much, but even a little bit is too much.
I'm sorry. I meant to be on silent.
Oh my goodness! I pooped in a chair, ladies and gentlemen. I done defecated upon a wooden chair. I feel like a pioneer. Bring me a Sacagawea and let's go find Louisiana. Or was it fucking, yeah, it was the mouth of the Mississippi, right? That's where Lewis and Clark. Yeah. Anyway, here I am trying to fucking remember history and shit. And so let me finish my coffee. But yeah. Maybe some fondant for solid structure. Honestly, D&D is doing a real good job of that. Like, it And so has Slay the Spire, which I'm probably going to stream in a little bit if anybody wants to stick around and hang out and maybe play some games. That'd be dope. But yeah, it is. Oh, now it's about that time. Shit, this has been actually fucking wonderful, and I hope y'all come back next Monday and help me out, make these things a little easier on me. It's hard sometimes, so I appreciate all the help. And next time we're gonna have music for the intro, thanks to the loner. And you better DM me your fucking PayPal, you son bitch. I ain't fucking around. Yeah. But to that effect, I would like to sum up, as I have a habit of doing, kind of like this. It takes a lot of time to become the thing you wish you want to be. You see the things that you are, you see the things that you aren't, and you try to create this amalgamation, this cake out of yourself to make you who you are. And time bakes, and pain bakes, and trauma shuffles the pan, and things come out sideways. But all in all, you are your own cake. Whatever life makes you, you are responsible for your own cake. I got lost on this one, I think. Okay, I put myself back. You are responsible for being your own cake, but that doesn't mean you can't allow people in to help with that. Like my wife, for example, and my kids, they have helped turn me into a fully baked, sometimes overbaked cake. And then that's when we go looking for the other things. And if we go looking for the things that we feel would complete the cake being a metaphor for our whole lives. We go looking for the icing or the fruits or the whipped creams of the world to fill in or cover up the life that we made with ourselves, as if it's somehow different or better just because this cake is there when it was amazing on its own. And again, I've said it earlier, but too many people separate the two without respecting the individual. And if you can't respect your icing, it's not going to lay well on your cake. And if you don't respect your cake, the icing isn't going to lay well on it. As Sabi said, you got to really make sure that self-care is important. That will help you feel better about you when you go out into public. You got to maybe read more, maybe reach out and all this stuff. God, it's been a long time since I've done one of these closing little monologue things. I'm sucking ass right now, and I feel it. I don't record and I don't edit, so y'all just going to see me suck out on this one. Whew. But I think the thing that's most important is we can't let loneliness become the thing that defines us. Being lonely can't be the only part of who we are that we talk about, that we care about, that we focus on, or else that will be the only thing left to us. Loneliness isn't always about being lonely. You can be lonely surrounded by people. We've all been there at times in our lives. Depression is a bitch. Fake friends are always fake, will always leave you with that feeling. And real friends will always leave you feeling full for days afterwards. And that's something that gets less and less as you get older and older and live a life. So let's take a moment and celebrate something other than ourselves. I will take a note from our dear friend Sabitron, and I will try to exude more confidence, to stand up at my full height, to express myself fully, and to be unapologetically myself for at least 10 minutes a month. And we're going to work up from there, because every little step forward is a step towards a better version of ourselves. And if we stop making those steps because they're too small, then how are we going to take the big steps we need? How are we going to take the leaps that we need? How are we going to get up from the falls that we are going to take? So don't let the loneliness pull you into a place where where you think you have nothing else. There's always somebody there, and if you're listening to this, that person's me. All right? Feel free to shoot me a DM, send a message. Like, this is what I do. I'm here to help people. So, that's Captain Valen signing off. That's Captain Valen signing off. And remember that life happens in every direction. So let's roll with those 1s and 20s and just be compassionate with everybody. Because you can't really tell